Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It's showtime. Hi, guys. I'm back. Hey, he's a little beardier than me, but it's not a bad look, you know? Let's enter the world. So it took me hours to get myself into the game. About 2 p.m. I finally got in and I said, screw it, I'll just wait 3 hours and take up from right here and stream from the very beginning. Except the character creation. And the mild frustration, but hey, it's an alpha, in getting into the game. It's an alpha. And here I am. And those lag spikes you're seeing are in-game, but it's probably all just loading in all this stuff. So, I'm here. I'd built none of this. This was already here. There's a little glowing area on the ground. Here lies Sega. Somebody died here, evidently. Sega! So, that's another player. I've seen my first player. Basic carpenter's workbench. People become house builders through building houses. Thank you. Harp players through playing the harp. We grow to be just by doing things that are just. Okay, I guess. I don't know if somebody built this or if this is in-game stuff. As in it was here already. I don't know. Her name is Rose. She's part of presumably a clan, defensive Ares. Stone anvil to craft item. So, that's iron bar, iron nails and such. I'm going to assume that someone has built all these things. And if over here I choose to craft an item, a stone pickaxe will require a long, rough wood stock and nice. Nice! Sorry. Let's see. Craft. Recipes. Construction hammer, nice stone axe, and a pointy stick. I need 2 sapwood to make a pointy stick. And then 2 and a nice to make a nice stone axe. That's G-N-E-I-S-S. And good evening to those of you who have joined me. I've got to find sticks. I'm going to guess this is like the res point, the save point, something like that. Let's see how I harvest. Check my skills. Crafting. Combat. Nice array of skills. Hey, that's no fair. I have 1 skill in everything except crossbows. What's wrong with crossbows? I have none. Inventory, okay. Let us see the controls. Camera relative targeting is the yeah, that's all of the controls we have, evidently. Oh, that's right. Let me really quick open up there was a layout of the controls somewhere. Where did I see that? I saw it somewhere. Give me a sec here. I'll figure my bleep out anytime now. Probably. Almost there. Almost there. It's right down here. Where is it? No, it's not. That's not it. Where was it? Control mapping guide. There we are. I now have a control mapping guide. Movement, WASD, of course, chat, combat. I'm going to assume then that this means that there is a pop-up when I find a stick that I can use. Because I need 2 sticks. Aha! Tree branch! I've learned a whole boatload of new recipes. I'm going to assume... notifications. Those are all the recipes I just learned. Another tree branch, so I've got some sapwood. So now, theoretically, I can make a pointy stick. What about pointed sticks? Shut up, you. Okay, it's weird, and on the right-hand side it went blue for a ways across the progress, and then red the rest of the way. So I don't understand that mechanic, but I now have a pointy stick, I think. I have a pointy stick. Added the spell, jab. And now if I get a piece of nice, I should be able to make... That's nice. More recipes. And I can make a nice stone axe. Being crafted again. We're getting the blue progress bar, and it got like 3/4, and now it got all the way with no failure there. I'll need 2 more sapwood. I'll need 8 more sapwood. I can make the construction hammer. No, when I have 8 more sapwood. So I need 8 more sapwood. I need 6 more sapwood. 4. I don't know if that was... Oh! I got a wabbit. I got a wabbit. Got some bone fragments, sinew, small rough animal hide, and some meat. Rabbit meat. One of the most delicious things I ever ate was a stuffed rabbit leg. So, I can now make a crude shield, which we definitely want, to go with our pointy stick. Again, the same sort of thing happened. We got a blue progress bar most of the way, but a red progress bar part of the way. Not letting me equip the crude shield. I thought I would be able to make the construction hammer. I'm still 2 sapwood short, it seems. Nope, that should be 1 or 2. That was 1. There's another one right there. And that will allow me to build. The construction hammer. Alright, we got blue progress. This time we got some red progress coming in from the other side. I assume that's like success versus failure. Something along those lines. Oh, that's the sinew. Oh, where's the shield then? Oh, there it is. I now have shield and spear. My power is almost limitless. Okay, it's not even close to being limitless. Let's see. So we've got stones for building housing stuff. Wood stuff for fences. Okay. We'll clear all that off. Jorik is here. Wonder if I can make anything with my rabbit. My Waskaway Wabbit that I killed. Grilled meat chunk. Uh-oh. It was not especially successful, but it wasn't complete unsuccessful, so that's a plus. Now, I don't want to build too close to other people because my understanding is a lot of times... Wow, there are a bunch of people here. Maze, Relem, DD. Is that there can be a shortage of resources. So I'm going to go down the road here to the northwest. If I can figure out which direction I'm actually headed. When you exit the map, press G at any time and let the wind guide you to your waypoint. How do I set the waypoint? Set. Control left click. There we go. I'm looking all over for where the waypoint would be. For instance, I don't see a compass rose. Well, let's get to jogging. And we'll see if we are indeed headed the right direction, because I, for the life of me, can't see any sort of directional thing, even though... No, am I going the wrong way? I am going the wrong way. I'll get it right this time. Probably. It is a nice looking game. Although I have found that as I have gotten older, that the more players talk about how incredible a game looks, most of the time I don't see an enormous difference between it and other similar games. I just don't. You know, so is it better looking than Nightingale? I'm not sure. It is made with Unreal, though, so we all know that that's that's an actual, honest-to-God engine. But I heard something. But I don't want to sponge off. Oh, there's another player. I assume player-made thing. And I don't want to sponge off other people's camps and whatnot. At least for my first go-through, I just want to get a grip on what the game's like. I'm not sure if that noise is like me running into something and moving it, or it's just not exceptionally clear as to... Is it just that I got close to nice rock and it's telling me? By the way, that's G-N-E-I-S-S again. I'm going to keep emphasizing that because it would be really easy to think I'm saying, gosh, that's a nice rock. I think somebody's got a camp over there, I think. Does that show up? Yes. Loramith. And Thosanolder. Well, I'm going to head to the far side of the lake then. So this is sprinting, which takes up endurance. And then this is just jogging. which allows you to rebuild it. So, oh, it rebuilds pretty quick. So you can still move pretty fast. Oh, and I accidentally slowed down when I meant to speed up. My, it's a big cliff you've got there. Now we're looking... Oh, gone further than I expected. Deep little chasm there. There's the block and the poke. So, I've gone completely past where I wanted to go. Okay. My sense of direction is the map is, because I've zoomed in, I guess, is smaller than I thought it was. Not much of a big lake then. And somebody else has a fire over here. Damn it. I wanted a little place to myself. And there's a much bigger, and another fire over there. Holy crap. Okay, camps are everywhere. There's Nolan, north of me. Sorry. Well, this person has started a build. Well, I had a good idea, but I wasn't the only one who had that idea. Obviously. Fire there. Holy crap. I want to be by myself. I want to be alone. How about up here? On top of a little hill here where I can see everything. Alright, what are the options for crafting now? Let's see. Pointy stick. Construction hammer. I have the construction hammer. Let's equip this construction hammer. Alright. How about... Let's see. Let's move the spear and shield onto 1 and 2. The construction hammer onto 4. And the nice stone axe onto 3. It's too hard. Is that a tree? A tree is too hard for my axe? Okay, evidently I need to gather wood then. Like a special kind of plant of some kind. It is mustard. I learned roasted cabbage stew, mushroom vegetable stew, all kinds of stuff. Alright, well I've got a lot of mustard. And you may think I'm a hot dog, but I can say with relish that you haven't mustered enough to catch up to me yet. I'd apologize, but we'd both know I was lying. So, what can I craft? I have nothing else listed that I can craft. Where's my equipment and inventory? Got a lot of mustard. Grilled meat chunks. PoE 3 Templar run. This is actually PoE 4. It goes, it goes. Just getting started. I've made myself some grilled meat chunks. And a pointy stick. And that's where we're at, more or less. Search recipes by name. Those are only recipes that are showing up. But we know there were other recipes on account I got them. Why aren't they showing up? Do I have to have the construction hammer in hand? For them to show up? No. Why aren't they showing up then? A pointy stick to roast pig over the... It was rabbit. Pig, I would assume, would give me more than just 3. So, I opened up a bunch of recipes. Why aren't they showing up? I've made everything I know how to make. So why aren't the recipes showing up? Do I have to be at a construction, a camp that has the proper workstation to make stuff? Maybe. This is Puthirus's plot. Yes, his goods are locked. So he's got a campfire. That's about it. Basic carpenter's bench. Survival games like this most likely need to be at a workstation. Well, and that does seem to be the case. But that means that there has to be a workstation in the world to start with. Wash bowl, stool, small wooden barrel. None of those are particularly useful for me. Have the construction and basic tailoring, basic leatherworking, basic fletching tools. Basic blacksmithing tools. I need some more knives to make a stone pickaxe, or I mean a stone. Yeah, was it a pickaxe? I think it was a pickaxe. So I ran away from where everyone was because I didn't want to use what everyone else had already done. Telling me door-shaped trees and chair-shaped trees don't just grow randomly. Well, they do. They're just infrequent. You have to find them. I should probably be running around with my pointy stick and shield. And yeah, it's not a spear. It actually is described as a pointy stick. We'll grab some nice. But that one workstation he had did not seem to have things like how to make a fire. Exactly. I've gone the wrong way again. It's remarkable how often I go the wrong way. All the time. Turns out to be the answer. I really do wish there was a compass rose. You know, where the compass at the top. Spear has a pointy rock for an object attacked, just a long stick. In this particular case, it does. It says it's a pointy stick, but so it's just 2 staff wood. So yeah, it is just a pointy stick. So this guy has a carpenter's workbench. And you can see that, for instance, I can't make it, it doesn't allow me to make a carpenter's workbench, say, for myself. Same deal. So I guess my first mistake of many, I'll have you know, was that the initial camp I woke up in, to some degree at least, was already there. It wasn't created by the players. I mean, it may have been expanded on, but it seems like you need the workbenches to make workbenches. So there had to be some in place at the start. I had assumed that they just dropped you in the middle of nowhere with nothing. There's another player. So about here is where I came in. Pardon me. So they have started simple leatherworking, spinning wheels, simple tailoring. Carpenter's workbench, and over here, fletching table. Charcoal kiln. So I've made those 3 things and a crude shield. I'm assuming the red means I don't actually have the recipes to make those. But I got more recipes when I made things. When I made the weapons and the tools, I got more recipes. But those all seem to be larger scale building things. You know, fences. I had the 4 recipes I have at the start. So these 4 recipes I started with. They weren't reliant on me picking up stuff. So this is the area where I started. And this is where there's like 5 areas on the map, and each of the areas has like 5 places you can choose to spawn in at. Something like that. So my assumption was that someone had made this, but I don't know. Maybe this was in place by default. But I'm still not seeing any way of learning how to make these things. So I'm missing something. Probably not literally missing it, probably mentally not seeing what I'm missing. Maybe I need to refine other things to make them. So there's my equipment. There's the craft. The only options I have here are repair and recipes. Skills, I've got a little bit of cooking and a little bit of armor smithing because I made those things. Nothing in combat yet. Not part of a clan. This is the map. So I thought maybe if I equipped, you know, the tools, it would show me more options, but it doesn't. Claim a spot. I have to claim a spot first. Ah, okay. I had to be in this place where I could claim a spot. Fine, I wanted a place a little more remote, but I'll make do. I have 2 unclaimed plots left. I'm going to claim it. This is my plot. There are many like it, but this one is mine. All right. No build object. So I click on the menu. There we are. Figured it out. Yeah, I had to have the tool equipped to claim a place. Then once I claim a place, fine. I've got enough sapwood and nice to make a campfire. All I had to do was hit it once with my hammer and things magically appear. So the other options we have are a wood chopping block, basic charcoal kiln. Now I understand the charcoal kiln is a tough one. A lot of people were having problems finding clay, from what I read. Sapwood. Hey, I used to do a lot of it when I was a kid. Okay, well, my dad did a lot with it, and I went along because I didn't have a choice. Well, I can make a wood chopping block. Also functions as a seat. Well, if we put this I have 21 sapwood, 1 rosin or resin, and I learned how to make a torch. It's too hard. That's what she said. Sorry, I apologize to humanity for that. Oh, I've been working. Oh, sorry. I think I'm hitting the rock there is the problem. See, that's making it sound like I'm hitting a rock, not a tree. And I have to say, this doesn't seem like much of a tree, that it's too hard, you know? And it certainly sounds more like I'm hitting rock. No. So, the difference between trees I can cut down and trees I cannot cut down is not entirely clear to me. Yes, but if you hit a rock with a rock axe, it sounds like rock. But if you hit a tree with a rock axe, theoretically it should sound more like that. Although I guess that sounded pretty much the same. No. This clanks. Saplings seem like they were a lighter shade of gray. Yeah, that does seem to be the only difference I can see. But it also, then, this is not a sapling. I don't know what it is. It's a bush. So theoretically, if we both have ferreted things out correctly, yeah. It's the lighter green ones that I can make turn into sapwood and rosin. And, oh, that's too hard. See, that one looks pretty green to me, too. It's too hard. Pretty light green, I should say. Well, I've got a lot of wood for now. Let's see what we can make. Yeah, it does look like it is a shade darker. We've added torch. Good, good. That was that one. Can't make the charcoal kiln. Can't make the basic carpenter's wood bench. This is Alpha. Yeah. You can sign up for the Alpha. I don't know if they're letting more people in. Gonna need a lot of gneiss and clay to make stone foundations. Need clay to make a kiln. Need rough wood beams and rough wooden planks. And wooden pegs. To make a basic carpenter's workbench. But my assumption is you've got to have a basic carpenter's workbench to make those things. So I will now attempt to find someone with an available carpenter's workbench. Should be one not too far down here. I am headed in the correct direction, am I not? No, I'm not. God, I am just... I would really like a compass on the screen that doesn't require me to check the map. It's a gift I have, getting lost. Anyone who's been around here for a while can attest that I'm very, very good at going the wrong way. Alright, we'll see if this guy has a carpenter's bench that I can weasel. He does. Hey Z, how you doing? Sadly, this does not show anything useful for me. As these are recipes I don't even have. So, that answers that question. In point of fact, that's not what I need. I need to find clay, and my understanding is clay is hard to come by, especially in areas where there are a lot of people around. So maybe I need to find... Well, the kiln makes charcoal. The other stuff certainly looked like it required a carpenter's bench of some kind to make. But I don't even have the recipes for it yet. Because these are the only things I can make. And this needs rough wood beams and rough wooden planks and wooden pegs. My understanding is it's going to have a number of maps around the outside and then a central zone that's PvP and I think full loot. And that's where some of the rarer crafting materials will be obtained. So, I could make the kiln if I had the clay, but I still wouldn't be able to make this without the beams, planks, and pegs. Now, are those made from the basic charcoal kiln? I would be surprised by that. Yeah, sort of I guess the closest we've got in oh, in currently available games is probably Albion, I think. Yeah, Daok was the first and still the greatest. By the way, they started a new event in Daok yesterday, and of course, I didn't hear about it until today. Thank you massively. Why do you always tell us about this the day after they start? It is still available, and they're having an event right now, a speed leveling event for this week for Daok. A basic furnace. They're pretty far along. Basic blacksmith workbench. Basic charcoal kiln. Yeah, that just makes charcoal. So, again, I am kind of at a loss. My regular recipes I have access to. This is all of them. I guess I can make a torch. I will. We have a blue progress bar, and sometimes you get a red progress bar coming in from the other side. So, maybe I have to get my crafting skills up. My wood cutting is at 1, so I don't know. Maybe I need to get my wood cutting up. We'll swap. I've been chopping down the... Damn it. Too fast. Alright, I've leveled up woodcutting. Now let's see if that has added any recipes. Nope. You know that Daok resided for years under the desk of Mark Jacobs at Mythic after EA bought Mythic? Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. If you want a story about something under the desk, I worked in IT at a company called General Magic. Oh, I'm even wearing the shirt. For a number of years. And we had a lot of engineers, and one of the engineers had a side gig he was working on, and he asked permission, and he brought a computer in from home and hung it off the company internet. And of course, because I'm troubleshooting stuff, I would be often crawling under desks, checking connections, making sure things were plugged in, all that kind of stuff. And that included his desk. So the machine he brought in was like I said, a side gig. His name was Pierre Omidyar, and that machine was the one and only machine that was running eBay. You may have heard of it. Pierre was a really nice guy. And so, I don't know. Mark Jacobs is no billionaire. Pierre is. Or was. He's given a lot of his money to charity over the years. Okay, this added nothing craftable here. Or here. I can make wooden arrows. Billions of dollars? Billions? That's a big number. I can't imagine there's more billions in that than Pierre made off of eBay. Galaxies of Heroes, I have heard of it. Wow. Yeah, it's mobile. Okay, I'll buy that. Yeah. Oh, wait. There we go. Yeah, mobile games. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there was a really good speech given a number of years ago. Oh, yeah. By a guy named Jared Psygoda, Psygoda. He made it at GDC in like 2009, and he was specifically talking about the Chinese mobile market. And how much money they make and how they make it in China at the time. Now, we're talking 15 years ago or whatever. But I don't imagine the dynamics have changed that much. Well, and particularly in China, because we're in this country, we roll out a game and then we'll roll out expansions, DLC, and stuff like that. In China, they work it very differently. They roll out new servers every few days, and people will race to try to get to the top of the new servers. And so that's how they continue to crank money out. It's not by adding new content, or at least that was true in I think it was 2009. His talk about it used to be on the net. It got removed within the last year or two. I learned a basic beehive. And yeah, if you get the hot game, that's the thing. So many game companies have been moving to mobile like they think that's automatically going to make them rich. Like they don't seem to understand that, no, you've got to get really freaking lucky, too. There wasn't much of a mobile market in this country. There was in China. Ooh, red onion. Let me check if I got the date right on that. Give me a sec. GDC. The 2010. I will link it actually into chat. I am seeing other players. I'll explain in just a sec. Yes, this is it. Just in case you're curious, I will drop it into chat. There's the GDC on it. I think it has the full speech. It's an interesting and very, very different view from what the Western companies do. Making mobiles in 2011, released Galaxy of Heroes in 2014. Well, it's certainly been successful. At 3 billion. Of course, it helps if you've got, Star Wars. All right. Is this not my house? This is my beautiful house. Is it across the street? Where is it? Am I aimed correctly? I'm not aimed correctly. It should be over here. I should be standing right in it. Oh, more red onion. Why can I not see the stuff I'm... Oh, critter. Is that a bear? Or a couple of big boars. Regardless, they're going to probably kill me. I've seen other players getting murdered by boars. Yeah, that's the thing about mobile, at least in my mind, is that all the companies that buy mobile places are talk about swinging to mobile. It's not that easy. You've got to get hot, and you can't predictably get hot with a mobile game because there's so many out there. No, the IP will get you attention. It might get people to try, but if the game doesn't have the right hooks, that's no guarantee. I put that into the wrong chat. I'll try to put it into the correct chat. One sec. Haha, I figured it out. There it is. I'm smarter than I look. Marginally. So that is the presentation that the guy gave at GDC. Specifically about... Yeah, I would imagine no matter how enthusiastic you were about the IP, you spend years working on it, it's like making sausage, right? The old joke, nobody wants to see how sausage gets made. So let's see, if we swap over to here and we right click, I now can make the basic beehive if I had the materials to make the wood. Why don't I have the materials to make the wood is the question. As we saw, those are not made in the kiln. Are they made on the wood chopping block? That must be it. It must be on the wood chopping block. It is. Doubt. All right. I'm getting there. I'm finding my way. No. So, okay, it is 4 beams, 6 planks, 20 pegs. 4 beams. See, I don't know if it succeeds or fails. It fails. So I was wondering about that. If the durability was going from right to left, as the completion was going from left to right. You went to the Star Wars first movie as a teen? Yeah, I went in 7... Where is it? It's here somewhere. I know it is. Let's see if I can find it. That's not it. Found it. I went when it first premiered. This is a hardbound copy of Star Wars, and copyright 1976. So I knew what I was getting into with Star Wars. I'm 63. I completely understand taking it away. Now I have to make another. I have to make 4 of these. And I'm not doing well so far. I'm failing. These are very hard. So maybe the pegs will be easier. So I needed like 20 pegs. You got me edged. Sorry, you got me edged out. I think edging is a little different. Well, welcome, fellow actual fucking baby boomer. All these people describing things and people as boomers when they're not. It's insulting. I had a friend who worked at EA for a few years. Let's see, another friend worked at Cryptic for a while. Level up. My carpentry is now level 2. I'm cooler than I was a minute ago. Did you work on any other games I might know? If so, I hope they were good ones so I can go, oh, nice. And that they weren't crap so that I have to pretend. I wouldn't want you to dox yourself, by the way. Started it with 6K people. Now it's 16K. Now, depends on whether there have been layoffs. Well, I was in between employee number 10,000 and 11,000 at a large Silicon Valley company named after a fruit. Are these making 5 each time and I didn't notice? They are making 5 each time. Okay. An engineer, you built the tech, was not involved with design. If you actually are, contrary to that. Yeah, no, I know that the designers are the small number. They're making the game part as opposed to the technical part. I worked for them for 7 years. Ooh. I'll cover my name. You can tell the era I worked there, though, can't you? All right, so we made more pegs than we needed because we only needed 20. Oop. And then I think it was 6 planks. These are very hard. Of course they're hard. They're made out of wood. And we'll need, was it wooden beams? And those are also very hard. When they were just a fruit company. I was there in the period from they went from the multicolor to the single color, the white or gray. During the Scully and Spindler years. So that was after Jobs and before Jobs. So I assume this is going to fail. I failed. So, what I'm trying to figure out then is, do they want me to just keep making pegs? The alpha is lasting for a week until next Tuesday, I think. I guess, how much, can these take 2 wood? Let's take 4 wood. So I think I have to skill up by making some of this stuff. Yeah, it's an alpha, and it shows it. It's definitely an alpha. My phone is ringing. That will be another scam or spam call. I will mute. They hung up. They don't like my message. I failed to make a short, rough wood stock. So I am learning carpentry. Hey, Duncan. Oh, I've got plenty of round holes. Many of them in my head. So, if I'm to take a quick look again at our skills, our wood cutting, our carpentry. Right. So right now I'm just spam making stuff to skill it up so that I can make the stuff so I can make a carpentry bench. Yes, I am retired. I sit on my fat ass and play video games for a living. And I stream most nights. I have found that streaming provides a nice bit of structure to an otherwise unstructured existence. No, not generally. I'm not streaming for the money. I'm in it for the groupies. Like, I'm not in it for the groupies. No, I wanted to get into game design. But that actually requires an enormous amount of luck and or experience from when I tried. Let's say that'll take 3, and this will take 3. They both take 3. The wooden planks or wooden beam. The planks sound like they would be more useful. Because right now I'm just grinding through stuff. Aha! I can make a wooden wall shelf, a tiny stool. It depends on how much I've had to eat. But that did unlock stuff. So I'm going to try to bake one of these and see if this unlocks more stuff. It did, the stone pickaxe. Good. And, oh, maybe that icon there implies that there is recipes to be learned for making that. Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that was going to give me a bunch of recipes. Okay. Now we'll go back to making more wooden planks. Get us up to level 4 of carpentry, then we'll take a shot at the wooden beam. So we have to work our way up to the planks, the beam and the planks, and then we can make the carpentry station. A bit grindier than I expected. How elaborate's the building and crafting looking? Well, fairly elaborate. Although how much of that is real versus is, 5 different kinds of walls or stuff. But I mean, here you can see these are the ones I just learned. Short log beam, 63 degree, 45 degree, 34 degree, and log beam, as an example. Call from the last alpha that is hoping to be extensive, building castles and stuff. Right now, I think from what I have seen and played of Nightingale, they are far enough along that you can do that sort of thing there already. So, in this particular case, because that's early access, hopefully each group that are building similar type games, so that would be this, not similar type of games, but games with a lot of very similar feature sets. It would be this and Nightingale and Enshrouded. Hopefully they're all looking at what the other guys are doing and stealing good ideas. I don't know, the only thing I don't like about Nightingale right now, as far as the basic gameplay goes, melee combat is very clunky unless you're in a experimental, not completely supported third-person mode. If you're in a third-person view, the melee combat's much better. Other than that, I think everything's fine in first person. It certainly does need polish. I won't disagree with that. But it's also, I think, from what I've seen, it's more inventive as a game than this one. But I've only been playing this one for an hour and 5 minutes. They've got a lot of sort of more interesting, deeper systems at work in Nightingale, which, by the way, patched today, so I'll probably be playing that some later. How are we looking right now in our skills? All right, we're getting close to woodcutting 3. I failed that craft. Red maintenance. Did they also patch? Yeah, there's supposed to be a patch today. Earlier when I tried to log in to see what things were like, I got notification that the servers were down. So my assumption is they were patching at that time. That would have been, I think, 1 or 2 this afternoon. Something like that. Yeah, it's the 0.20 patch, I think. So they've made things like they've added a couple of weapons. The blunderbuss is in the game, and you can learn that early on. A couple other things were pretty early. Able to snatch the name Pax Dei Official on Twitch and YouTube months ago. Oh. It's like the early days of the .com boom. You got to grab those names and sell them to the people who want them. There used to be a lot of money in those early names. There we go. I was about to say, are we not there yet? I have got boatloads of rough wooden planks. I don't suppose anything else has been added to my basic crafting. No, not yet. They changed those things. Randos can't hold on to business names anymore. Yeah, if the business can prove a sufficient business case, they can get them back. This is hard. It used to be very hard. Pardon the phrasing again. Phrasing, Lana. Oh, I succeeded. And we have learned a whole bunch of new things. But I believe for all of these, I need the carpenter's workbench. And that's what I'm trying to make now, is to make the materials for the carpenter's workbench. I don't know what you said. Hold on. I have to check. Oh. Triple asterisks? Ah. Yeah. I think you can present a perfectly good case. Your Honor, I do BM, though. IBM, UBM, we all BM. They're not buying it. Run for the door. How much are these beams taking in wood, anyway? I'm getting... they take 6. This was taking 2 and is giving me 2/3 of the XP. Oh no, that's considered trivial. Oh, the trivial stuff gives you no XP. So I have to do this. Alright, well I need to gather a whole bunch more. Oh, maybe when you fail you get the sapwood back? Not really. Who's bad manner dueling? Huh? I have a couple of domains you're sitting on. One I get queries about every 6 months or so, waiting for 5K. No, not that. See, this is what I'm trying to make. I need only 3 more beams. Okay, good. That will be good. 3 more beams is what I need. I'll just have to find the wood. You asked about other players, or someone did. Anywhere there's orange there, that's a player's area, so there's at least 3 or 4 there, possibly more. I'm going to go choppy chop. If I can find trees that are green enough for me to choppy chop. Is this chop choppable? It is chop choppable, I think. No, I'm out of stamina. My understanding is that there's basically like 5 maps, and each map has like 6 different starting areas, and then the maps are sort of like form a ring, and then there's a central area map where PvP is live. D2 term for people who cheated during duels. I played extensively D2 when it came out, but only solitaire. So only solo. I never played in a group. I had a friend who did a lot of group play. Hooah! Choppy, choppy. My inventory is full. More beehive. Oh, my inventory is full. Alright, what do we feel like throwing out? I'm going to throw out some pegs. And grab the beehive. Alright, I just need, I think, 3 more wooden beams. It says I have 4. Thought I only needed 4. Yeah, I don't remember much of it other than what I've seen. Streamers playing it. Rough wooden beams. I need the rough wooden beams. Those are easier to make, damn it. Expansion ruined the fun. Yeah, I know that was a pretty frequently held opinion. I didn't play EverQuest. I tried UO at launch, and I didn't like it at all. I don't remember why. If I'd gotten ganked or griefed, I would remember it with loathing and hatred, but no, I didn't. Let's see, I played the game Lord British made before he made the first Ultima game. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I have a carpenter's workbench. I can now make some other stuff. I can make a stool. Well, we all can make a stool. We eat, and then a few hours later, maybe a day, jump to EQ as soon as you got in the beta. Yeah, I had a lot of friends play EQ. For me, I didn't get into any kind of online gaming in any way for quite a while. I tried Ultima Online. I didn't like it. EverQuest didn't seem interesting to me. The first one that grabbed me, a friend of mine told me it was a lot like Shadowrun, which it wasn't, and that was Anarchy Online. Alright, well, what can I make? A wooden wall shelf. Can you make a wall shelf when you don't have a wall? I have questions. A stool. Oh, the simple chest. Thank heavens. I only have 20 pegs? I dropped 20. Oh. Yeah. There it is. I have a simple chest. Inventory space, well, I just ran out. My understanding is these, the chests only have... I didn't want to pick it up. I wanted to open it, damn it. Let's go back to... Assuming we're in danger. I don't want to pick the damn thing up. I want to open it. Examine. A solid container. Well, how can it be a solid container? It's a chest. Why can I not open my chest? I think their intent is to charge a monthly fee, but I'm not positive. Wow, it's a solid container. What is the purpose? What is your purpose? You pass the butter. Simple chest. It's a container. But I can't open it. Why can I not open it? I'm curious. Do I need a floor to set it on? Perhaps. Wooden floor. I need beams. I need planks. I haven't been able to make planks yet. Plots. We've got that. Construction. Crafting. Props. Doors. Storage. So I don't know what the hell that actually is, but it's not actually like a chest. Why? Who knows? Although this is a simple chest. That's not. Is that the thing I didn't? Is this not the thing I just made? Ingredients is a simple chest. What? A solid container. I'm confused. It's only a chest when it's in a building. Well, I thought that had occurred to me, but I've been in other players' camps and they weren't on a solid floor. They were just on the ground. That's a round container. I don't have the recipe. Simple chest. It says a solid container, but it also says I don't have the recipe, and yet it let me make it. Drag and drop. I did. I will do so again. My only options are to pick it up or examine it, and if I examine it, my only option is to pick it up. Yeah, or it's simply bugged. That's definitely possible as well. I need to actually be over here if I want to make some more materials. I want to make a basic floor, for instance. I need to have the right tool for the job. Okay, right. So for that, we need this, and we need to right-click. The mix and match on the crafting is not great. Doesn't feel great. Doesn't feel intuitive. So let's see, a wooden floor. I need 4 more wooden beams and 8 planks. I can't make the planks yet. I can't make, let alone walk the planks. 2 planks I could make do with, if we can figure out a way of getting ourselves to 2 planks. Not yet. And somewhere here, I dropped carelessly a bunch of pegs. Such is life. Very hard, it says. That one's just hard. $150 carpentry. Where are we at in our carpentry right now? Yeah, about a third of the way. I'm going to try to make a plank. It's very hard. Oh, no, we don't want the red. The red is bad. We want blue. No, no, not red. Blue. Blue. Failed. I'll try a couple more. I don't know what the odds are. But it looks like very hard stuff is very hard. Whereas this is just hard. Also, I've got to say that the noises that sound like... while I'm just standing there, I'm getting these... That failed too? Thanks, guys. I'm just standing there. I keep hearing these noises as if there's somebody right next to me doing stuff. I failed again. I'm a failure. And again, that was a fast one too. Barely succeeded. And we're out of sapwood again. And another failure. But we've got... Yeah, the sounds are really kind of off-putting, actually. Sounds like there's somebody standing right next to me doing stuff, even when nobody's here and nothing's getting done. Back to the choppy chop. It's a technical phrase. So it is definitely an alpha, though. It has been a while since I've been in an alpha. Done a lot of betas over the years, but not a bunch of alphas. I've received 100 messages today with Restream chat. I don't know yet as to exactly what the deal is with that. Well, I mean, we can try the relog suggestion. It has a 20-second logout timer for no discernible reason. I mean, in a PvP zone, yeah. Oh, we got an EBM visitation. Engelbert Meow is a streamer, a delightful lady, who will occasionally pop her head in here and class the joint up. Thank you, EBM. I will now relaunch the game, and we'll see if we can then open our chest. My money's on no, but we'll see. EBM is, I don't know if I would say primarily, but yeah, I guess primarily a Guild Wars 2 streamer, but then so am I. That's the most streamed game for me. She also does cursed cosplays. She's an actual trained opera singer, and that's not bullshit. check her out. She's way cool. Seriously. Let's see if I can make this stupid thing work. Like that. Hey, I made it work. Science. Tired of adulting? Well, that's one advantage I have. See, you are serious people. You have serious lives. Whereas I can be on the internet and I can put my finger in my nose. There are no repercussions. Just kidding. See, the way it works, if you're doing it right, is at a certain point, you start working your way back towards not being an adult. There was a comic strip artist, Dan O'Neill, I think, had a comic strip called Odds Bodkins. And he once put up the theory that as you get old, you start to wrinkle and you shrink and you get smaller and smaller, and then you're like a tiny little raisin and you crawl into somebody's raisin bran and a woman swallows you, and that's how babies happen. That's just science. The picking nose thing, it takes a little work. Most people aren't really cut out for it. What happened over here? This is the simple chest, and it now looks like a bag, not a chest. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's a bug. So if I drop it again, it's now a chest again, not a bag. But I still can only pick it up, regardless of what I have in my hands. And are those big lights of laser beams were under attack? It's definitely an alpha. Can I equip materials? I have my 5, 6, 7, and previously my 8 all had materials in them. So I was carrying those around in addition when I was full in my inventory. So we will go back to attempting to skill up to the point where you can make planks. I failed. They also are not giving you a whole lot of options. These ones give no XP, and this one has about a 50-50 chance of failing to get XP. That is a rather punishing grinding curve. And I'm failing an awful lot now. And I would like to note, and I have felt this way for a very long time, in MMOs, or just tabletop role-playing games. D&D, for instance, instituted very early on the idea that if you die, you lose XP. And I always felt that was stupid. Seems to me like you would learn your lesson if you die. That should be gaining experience. And so all those games that, say, like EverQuest, that copied Dungeons and Dragons on that, I always felt was unthinking. But then there was always a better game out there than Dungeons and Dragons, and it was called RuneQuest. Not RuneScape. RuneQuest. Holding the items to deposit them? I don't think so. Young you would make the same dumb mistakes even with the knowledge you had now. Well, my theory about wisdom is pretty simple. When we're young, we do a lot of stupid shit. And most of the time, if someone asks us why we did it, the answer is, I don't know. Now that I'm old and wise, I still do stupid shit. But at least I understand why I do it. If someone were to ask me, why the hell did you do that? I would have an answer for them other than, I don't know. And how close are we now on our skill? Pretty close. I'm going to guess 4 or 5 more ought to do. So I just need to find the appropriate amount of wood. When we were young, we were invincible. When we hit the late 20s, we realize you don't heal from injuries as fast. Yeah, that's when it starts. Usually it starts with a particular moment of painful awareness. For instance, I didn't really realize how much hair I had lost on the top of my head until early one summer playing softball with the friends, and then realizing later that day that I needed to wear a hat because the entire top of my head was going to turn into one large blister. So, from then on, I learned, wear a hat. Whoop! Oh, no, no, no. That's wolves. I'm gonna die. You can tell I'm already 40% dead. Okay, 39. They still following? No. Wore high heels out to dinner for your birthday and your knee is paying for it. What happened to my days where I'd walk of shame across town in 7-inch platforms? I could never do more than the 5-inch platforms myself. Wait, did I say that out loud? I'm kidding, of course. I never had a problem with the 5 inches. So, those wolves, they took quite the hankering to me. Fortunately, I'm faster than a dog. Slightly. There's my wood cutting leveled up. So I like the fact that they have included leveling. I think leveling for stuff like this is a good... Yeah, it's too hard. That's what she said. It's a fun mechanic to level up your skills as well. I've always been big on skill-based games. If any of you have ever played Star Wars Galaxies, you know how good that can be. The hell is my house? Can you post a short YouTube clip? I think by default I currently have any URL disabled. Mostly because I don't want to try and wangle them. Hey, can I not chop this down? There we go. Pertains to my platform statement. Sort of. Kind of. Yeah, I don't currently have the ability to whitelist or allow those. I currently have all URLs disabled. And I don't, off the top of my head, know exactly what I would have to do to turn those on. Sorry. I would have to go back out and try and figure it out. Well, yes, I cannot say you're wrong. Sad times. Bad times. Mad times. Let's see what else. Dad times? No. Dad jokes, maybe. Fad times. That's true. Lad times? Not for a long time. When I was really young. Nad times? Well, that's just smutty. Pad time sounds like pad thai, and I would like some pad thai right about now. Yes, you can whisper me the clip. That'll be fine. I failed again. Why do I keep failing? This is a curve that is too brutal. From all of these, which now give no XP, into one that I'm hitting about 1/3 of the time or 1/4 of the time. There's Carpentry 5. Let's see if he's... Oh my God. It's still too difficult. Now it's listed as hard, so theoretically I can hit one. And I only need to hit 2, I think. Oh, that's a good start. Yes, we got one. We learned a cartwheel chandelier. Why do both this game and Nightingale have cartwheel chandeliers as something you can make early on? I don't get it. But then, in the words of David Lopan, you were not put on this earth to get it, Mr. Burton. I think I need to make one more plank. Well, that one failed. And that's what one's going to succeed. 155 XP. Wow. All right, I can now, I think, make a bit of flat floor. Check is in the mail. I will swap over. I have a tell. I will examine this before I... Okay. Yep, that's about right. For those of you who... It's a scene from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, of a guy, presumably a gentleman involved in erotic entertainment, in very, very high platforms that have goldfish in them. And I was going to make a bit of flat floor, because I can, with that. I have plenty of beams. I have 6 planks. Or do I only have 2 planks? Okay, I do have 6 planks. I can make a triangular wooden floor. A wooden floor extension. Oh, I need 2 more planks. I need 2 more planks. All right. We can do this. We can do this. 2 more planks. You could have just said it was I'm going to get you sucker, and I would have got the reference immediately. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. No, no, no. Blue. Blue. Bastard. Oh, that one's doomed. And that's a failure. Blue. Blue. Keep going. Come on. Oh, wow. I was like 80% done, and all of a sudden completely red failure. Come on. Come on. You keep sucking. Note, the computer is sucking, not me, because I just click a button and fail repeatedly. I don't know if I've ever actually seen it, but I knew this scene. Oh, this time I have a complete success. More sapwood. That's true. Well, That's true. I'm not clicking right. I'm clicking left. Left clicking is what's required for that, Duncan. Come on, pay attention. Okay. We have the right object. Yes, I think we hit right click. I think we come over here. We can now make a wooden floor. Wow. I'm trying to see if I can get a little bit more floor out of my wooden floor. But it appears that that answer is no. I now have my first wooden floor. See, Major Kicks gets it. I'm left clicking. People that have, you've met people who've never seen the Goonies and people that have avoided the Goonies, like me. I've never seen the Goonies. I'm familiar with it. I was a little older than the target audience when it came out. So, yeah, I have not seen it. Let's see, I've picked it up. We step onto our floor. We now will drop our simple chest. And it's exactly the same. It's a child's movie, thus never watched it. Yeah, that's the way I saw it too. Not seen it in its entirety. You've seen clips. Well, I mean, yeah, I've seen bits and pieces. Well, that's because we are mature adults, says the guy who 15 minutes ago put his finger in his nose. Maybe half an hour. Time flies when you're having this. Well, we have an answer to that question at least. So there's nothing else here that we have. Because I don't understand how it let us make a decorated chest. And what is a decorated chest? A fine-looking container. Is it actually a container, though? Name the person who doesn't put their finger in their nose. Someone who's had all their fingers amputated, but I bet they still managed to put a toe up their nose occasionally. To link Pax Dei website to your Steam. That bothers you? This game, if you're asking, is Pax Dei. It is in alpha, and today is the first day of their second alpha. I still don't... This doesn't even look like this. This says simple chest, but it doesn't look like what's over here. I mean, that's the simple chest, and I don't think it looks much like that chest. Plus, it implies that I don't have the recipe. To access the alpha, you have to link Pax Dei to Steam? Okay. Yeah, obviously I did. So, what else do we have that we can craft here? Nothing there. How about here? No, we have one plot. We made our first floor. I can make some fences. Not a bunch. I wonder if I get any... I don't imagine... Do I get carpentry from that? I don't think so. I'm going to try to keep the fish from getting onto my land. There, I now have a fence. 50 years of IT tech. Any engineering you can imagine have taught me to be overtly security conscious. Yes, I've certainly learned the same lesson. Hey, I remember when Can't remember the guy's name. The first worm hit the internet. He did it as an experiment. He was a college student, I think. It's his name worm is what it was called. But it hit us at the big fruit company. Land Shark, that is a Saturday Night Live bit. So, we made the carpenter's workbench. Said you were putting up fences to keep the fish out. Ah! Well, yeah, I am concerned about land sharks. And note, when we say land shark, we don't mean a boulet or boulette, however it's pronounced, from D&D. We mean the original. It's a floor wax, Zootastic, not a dessert topping. Bassomatic, a classic. So, nice stone axe, we've got that. We've got the construction hammer, we have a torch, we have a pointy stick. We do not have a stone pickaxe, I don't think yet. We'll make one. And we will equip that there. Yeah, old man humor. So we can now make planks and stock. But of the things we can make in the crafting, that's not it. I would need stock, pegs, and one more plank, and then a bunch of straw to make a beehive. But that would be a honey of a crafting project. And I need clay to make charcoal. Yeah, the weird sort of mix and match crafting menus, I'm not a fan of. Well, SNL has gone through its ups and downs over the years. There were times where it looked like it was going to get canceled because people stopped watching. Well, if I make a wooden wall shelf, I need more pegs. That'll give me some more recipes. So I'll make a wooden wall shelf, and it should give me more recipes. Wait, what do you mean missing ingredient? I made a bunch of pegs. It makes 5 at a pop. What the hell was that? So is this just an exploratory day investigating? Yeah, I'm just poking around. I'm trying to learn the game and the system. It did make one. And I did get one recipe out. Wooden wall shelf. That's the one I learned. Yay. Okay, what's the difference between the crown icon and the green icon? The green icon, I think, means you get no XP for it. It's trivial. This is mastered. What does mastered mean? That you get a superior outcome? That you make do with fewer materials? I don't know. I don't know. Wooden winch. That's winch, not wench. Need to be clear about that. Tiny stool. Theoretically, it'll give me a recipe. At least one. Just the one for tiny stool. So I now have a tiny stool. Okay, well that is interesting. Color coding usually denotes rarity, granted. But that's interesting because that's a stool and that's a chest. And neither of them look like what they are supposed to be. But other people actually had functioning chests in their housing areas. Let's see if we can find one. See, that right there is a simple chest. It has open storage. It's locked. But that's what they've got. And I don't. And I've seen other people who didn't have a floor of any kind, so that's not the issue. The functioning chest is random. It's a tiny little stool, though. Now, I can't see if that makes much sense to me. I mean, at least the icon, you see the icon of this, it's in the lower right hand corner there, on the 8 button. It looks like a stool. But when I place it, that's what it looks like. Empty spells. I have access to spell slots now. I don't think I had those before. Wolf. I leveled up spears. He's gonna kill me. Unless this guy helps. He's still gonna kill me. So, I had heard the combat was bad. It's fucking terrible. Give me just a second, please. Fucking cunts. Yeah, I know. Am I not in the right place? Yeah, I know. That doesn't seem to be working either. Is it slash? I can never remember. It is. Why Twitch doesn't have us have a pop-up command you can use to ban them when they appear like that, I don't know. Other than Twitch is fucking terrible. Pardon me for a second. Pardon me, now I will respawn. Yeah, the problem is I keep going with bang instead of slash, or slash instead of bang. Wait, what? It's just a terrible system. I mean, really, it should be pretty freaking straightforward. That there should be a button that you can pop up to ban or silence or anything like that. Vorp, you useless turd. So, the combat, it's pretty dreadful. Here's you think you need to be a moderator view. Yeah, okay. I've got more windows than I can basically handle as is. Thank you, EPM. It's just, it blows my mind that that isn't cotton fiber. That isn't a given. That isn't available as just a pop-up. Cotton cord and corpse summoning. You get close enough to your corpse, or the corpse to a party member, you can summon it to your location. Any experienced IT guy would know that have a second monitor open. I have the game, I have Streamlabs, and I have Restream. And I need Restream open so that I can tell from both Twitch and YouTube. That's true, I'm an IT noob. Yeah, I was going to say, bully, indeed. Guys, all those nice things I said about Engelbert Meow, you know what? They still fucking hold. It's not fair. But I will remember this, EBM. Don't think I won't remember it. Hey, and my simple chest got moved, and my stool is gone, if you'll pardon the phrasing. My wooden wall shelf is fine, though. Oh, I'm curious. What happens if I drop a wooden wall shelf? It looks the same. So, is there something else for placing items that I'm missing? There must be. Oh, you think I've been giving you crap up till now? Ha ha! Somebody's in for a wake-up call. So, there must be some way of putting items into play other than just dropping them. Dropping them gives you this sort of standard view item. Choir bells. Thank you. That's a good idea. I sent her one once. It was a special one. Wasn't like the regular ones. And I bought a stack of 250 from her for 1 gold once. So, is there a mode you can go into for placing things? Oh! Now she's daring me to do something. Why would you do this? Why? Why would you pull out the big red cloak and shake it at the bull? Mind you, I don't have horns, but I'm certainly full of bull. What else are we missing here? That's the torch I don't really need. The grilled meat chunks. How about if I eat some meat? Pardon the phrase. Small rough animal hide. Bone fragments. Right, there's the simple chest. Drop is an option, but those continually just... I have made a simple chest. I'm trying to figure out... Everything I make, if I just drop it, it all gets the same icon or the same image. So there must be a specific command to place something into the environment. But I'm not finding it yet. Looking at a video, I'm missing a window. I'm missing a window? Oh, that's not it. Equipment. Craft. Skills. No, I don't want it. Okay, that's the food buff. Got it. All right, I understand what that is now. And I'm missing a window. Okay, well, there's the game controls. That's the notifications. That's the party. That's construction. Props. That looks different. Okay, I built it. I built it on the object. So that's the chest. Anything else I made, if I didn't make it on the object, wasn't showing up at all. But that's showing up. 3, 6, 8, 10 things. So. I would swear that I saw other people who just had stuff just sitting. But evidently they must have had floors. It's not, I mean, there's a learning curve in any sort of game, presumably. And certainly I've gone through it with Nightingale, but Nightingale seemed a lot more straightforward than this. The crafting in this has been a lot of hoop hopping. And then decon the floor. Yeah, maybe. Now the thing is now I'm looking around and I see this. That's the wooden wall shelf. It's got the same weird icon. Well, the thing is I also made a stool and a chest, and they're nowhere to be seen. I have no idea where they are. It was in my inventory. So you have to make them and then place them in two separate menus. I need 20 wooden pegs. As cumbersome as Fallout 76. Neither one's good. I'm going to say that the requirements in Fallout 76 are worse. Because in that game, you know, your left hand is on WASD, your right hand's on the mouse. And if you want to use the building menu, they both come up. And this one goes on the Z and C keys, and this one goes on the arrow keys. And that's just bad. At least this one is all self-contained, but within the menus itself, at least as bad. Possibly worse. I mean, I have to use the wood chopping block to make the components. I have to come over here and make the simple chest. Which goes into my inventory. I have to come over here and make sure I've got a specific tool out. And then right-click on the object to drop the prop from my inventory. Like that. Yeah, yes, exactly. It is an alpha. So, thank you very much. I should make it clear, it's an alpha. And this UI, compared, say, to Nightingale, is dreadful. It's not as bad on the mechanical level of using the functions as Fallout 76 is, because requiring the players to take their hands off their user interface devices and move them to a different place is beyond awful. But the functionality here is not good. Yeah, that's the problem. I'm too young, clearly. These old farts, man. I tell you, all these 66 and older gamers, they just don't have a fucking clue. I would disagree. Valheim was pretty good as far as all the UI and stuff went. Absolutely. All of that stuff worked the way I expected. Placing objects in the world still frustrates me. It's not as elegant, say, as Nightingale. Whereas Nightingale, my first attempt to make a house, I have a 2-story house with windows and stairs and everything with no problem. For me, I think it was the jump in materials and the difficulty in getting them. It didn't seem like a smooth curve. Like, you know, okay, I've got, you know, wood, and now maybe I want to get some stone and start making some stuff. It just seemed like it was more stepwise than a curve. But then I haven't played that much Valheim. We want to move some more stuff in here. Will double click work? It does! Yay! Let's hear it for double click. I like double clicks and I cannot lie. As other people have noted, 10 storage in a chest feels really like not much. I want to keep the sapwood. Let's see. Okay, so I can open it and if I examine it, it just says it's a container. So how do I pick it up? Probably can't pick it up because it's full. And I can't realistically move it. Doesn't look like there's a way to like rotate it in place. But if I make one more... box, I should be able to empty out my inventory of the unnecessaries. For me, it was always building that even the basic structures didn't work as seamlessly as it works, say, in Nightingale. Now look, I bet I can... see, I don't have to build it on my little platform. I didn't make the same simple chest. I'll do that. I forgot again. I need 4 more rough wooden planks. Rough wooden planks. There we go. No, that was 3. It made 3. Did it tell me it made 3? Don't know. Okay, I think I'm getting more output from when I make stuff. All right, that's in my inventory. So now I come over here and try to drop storage, and it doesn't have to be on the object. So why? I don't know. It strikes me as being unnecessarily convoluted. I'll just say that. I'll keep the food. We'll hold on to the torch for now. I don't know why that tree is glowing. It's holy. This is the holy tree. Jesu Domine. Well, it was the holy tree. Jesu Domine. Dona eis requiem. You Monty Python fans may recognize that. You would certainly do so if I followed it up by bashing myself in the forehead. Alright, well, we've got all that stuff working. So we figured out the things we were having difficulties figuring out for the most part. The crafting process is unclear and rather tedious. Wooden winch. Winch. Basic tailoring tools. Anvil stone. Anvil stone. I need 10 nice. And evidently, I have 7. I need 3 more nice. Nice. Hopefully no more pigs or wolves will come looking for my guts. The ground reached up and tripped me. You saw that. You saw it. That was 2 nice. 1. All right, we've got enough, but we'll pick up some extras while we're here. Oh, yellow onion. I used one of those tonight while I was making my dinner. I was looking at an anvil stone. I have successfully crafted it at my carpenter's workbench. We go back to the building hammer. Missing ingredient. Oh, I need 2 more sapwood. Yeah, in the box. What's in the box? We'll try that again. This time for sure. Blacksmithing. Stone anvil. I can make iron bars if I had any iron ingots. But I have an anvil now. I still don't know what happened to my tiny stool, by the way. It just vanished. Basic leatherworking tools, basic fletching tools. Required to craft the basic leatherworking table. So I need bone fragments. I've got one of those. Flint. I haven't found any flint. Flint and reeds. I need a lot of flint. I need reeds. Flint and reeds. A stool stealer. Not a concept that would have ever occurred to me. And I kind of wish it had never occurred to you, because... Ew. It's getting dark. Awful early. I will say this, at least the campfire, pardon me, in this game does not require you to feed wood to it, as the various fire requiring things, the cooking pot and the smelter and stuff do in Nightingale. The mechanic isn't badly implemented in Nightingale, it's still just a bit of a pain. Okay, well, I think I'm going to call it an evening. Oh, well, Major Kicks is guaranteed I'm going to stay around for a couple minutes more because he has magically redeemed a hydrate and stretch. A couple of laps never hurt an old man. Grabs his chest, falls over. Yeah, I think 2 laps and then a nice healthy swig of water will do. Thank you, Major Kicks. You know, your kicks just keep getting harder to find. And all your kicks ain't giving you peace of mind. I hope you find out before it's too late that you better get straight. You don't need kicks. Wait, what? I tell you, some of the noises as well. Their sound engineering needs work as well. I mean, I keep hearing little noises as if somebody was sneaking up beside me. when there's nobody there. Now, some of it happens when I'm moving around, but some of it happens when I'm just standing there. Well, sooner or later we're going to need more planks, but I'm going to make wooden beams for XP. You know, for when we grow up. So I am going to be calling it in a couple of minutes here. I should be back tomorrow at my usual time of 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, and early morning in Asia and Australia. I think I'll be back at this again tomorrow. So far, if I was to tell a player wanted to know what's of this sort of game to play, I would say either go with Enshrouded or Nightingale. But this is an alpha. So they've got work to do, and in places it needs it. The combat felt god-awful, and that's consistent with what I saw a couple other streamers say about it. Not clunky, god-awful. Combat's a little bit clunky. Melee combat's a little bit clunky in Nightingale. Range combat's not bad. But I've only had one combat here and it felt dreadful. It does seem to have a very deep crafting system, as you know, so far I can tell. I don't know, for instance, if it has something similar to what Nightingale has, where the same recipe can give you different outcomes, very different outcomes, depending on the materials you use. So, you know, you could make a spear, say, and you make it out of, you know, sapwood like this, and it does 5 damage, let's say, and use the same materials, or the same recipe, and you make it out of a hardwood, maybe it does 7, and you make a hardwood and a piece of metal to give it a metal tip, and it'll do 9, and, you know, so on and so forth. I don't know how much of that sort of thing is available here. I haven't gotten that deep into the crafting yet. But it certainly looks like no shortage of recipes. This one's going to fail. It succeeded. Wow. I guess I'm better at this carpentry thing than I thought. On Thursday, however, I'll be playing another entirely new crafting survival-based game. It was supposed to launch a week ago, but at the last minute they said, we want to give it another week. Supposedly to polish up the voiceover work, which seems odd, as that should have been in the can long ago. Anyway, it's called Age of Water. It did patch again today. It is sort of a survival and construction game in Waterworld, the Kevin Costner movie. Basically, you take the Kevin Costner movie and you add survival and building elements. I'll find a way, Major Kicks, to send my love and affection to EBM. So the game is Age of Water. It is on Steam. You can play the tutorial. Take about half an hour if you were interested. Visually, it looks a bit like Fortnite. So we'll see. Anyway, I enjoyed the tutorial enough that I'm going to give it a shot, and that's on Thursday. And beyond that, I don't know. So tomorrow, probably back here with this. Thursday, Age of Water, most likely, anyway, unless they delay it again. And beyond that, computer games. So I want to thank you guys very, very much for hanging out. As always, I am very appreciative that you choose to do so. I should be back tomorrow at the usual time. Hopefully you will see me soon. I hope the rest of your Tuesday night goes great. Tomorrow's hump day. After that, you can coast towards the weekend. Just think of it that way. I'm back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great night tonight. Take care, and